Hello, I found this article and thought it was really interesting. You can read it. It's a little long. I'm going to try to go through, highlight some of the more major points in the article, but I really suggest you read it, draw your own conclusions. The Chinese hackers in the back office. This is supposed to have happened in Belleville, Wisconsin. 2 years ago, according to this, this mom and pop business owners had some people knock on their doors, and they were told that they worked for an organization, and that their server that they have, which was one pictured at the very beginning, was being used by Chinese hackers, uh, and that the hackers were using it to plan and stage attacks. Now, this is supposed to be a Silicon Valley startup. Now, we've all heard of Area 51, but just guess what this one is called, this organization. It's called Area 1. Now, when they first were told this, according to this article, they were incredulous. They didn't believe it. They didn't know what to think. And, of course, it freaked them out a little bit to think they had hackers in their server. Do you think that this organization blocked them? And no, they didn't. The Area 1 organization decided that it would be a good idea to let these people do whatever it is they're doing so they could track them and see what they're doing and try to be proactive and block them instead of just knocking them out of the server. And it said as recently as this past Thursday, the targets were a Silicon Valley food delivery startup, a major Manhattan law firm, an airline. I found that interesting, especially with all the crashes. A university, and targets in Thailand and Malaysia. Aren't they the ones that had all of the plane crashes lately? The name of these Chinese hackers are called the Cardoso Group. They're no stranger to hacking. This isn't a new group, according to the article. They've been doing it before, and people know in that line know who this group is. So, go down here a little bit. And you know, going through all the good things Area 1 has done, and the reaction of the Cates, which are the owners of this welding business that had this server, and how good they are, and you know, it says people work really hard to make products, and they're getting stolen, said Mrs. Cate, and the least they could do was let them put their stuff in there and track these people, and they didn't even have to pay for it. Area 1 paid for the installation cost, which is about $150, according to this right here. Well, if it was their own product that they were doing, what was the $150 cost for? I find that kind of strange. If I have a business and I'm doing something for someone else, and I'm not going to charge them, I don't say, I'm going to pay for that. It's my product and I'm going to pay for it. That's kind of strange to me. And of course, as soon as they put their information in, the sensors lit up with attacks. Now it goes on who the founder was, a former NSA analyst, a bunch of other government people, computer people. Goes through that, and you'll read all this. I'm not going to go through all of this. The article goes through the many good things that Area 1 has done. Um, and it makes you think that if they find someone who's an impending target, that in many cases they at least let them know so they can prepare or even block the hack. But no. Area 1's business model can pose ethical dilemmas. What does a company do when it sees attacks against prominent companies and government agencies who are not Area 1 customers? We think of ourselves as a bodyguard, Representative from Area 51 said, not a police force that runs around telling everyone they're a victim. We're in the business of preemption. Okay. Then you go on down a little bit and it says, they do warn some victims. For instance, they tipped off a law firm, a manufacturer, a financial services firm, an electronics company that were attacked via the Kate server after they saw the Cardoso hackers make off with their intellectual property. Some of those victims, including the law firm, later signed up for Area 1 services. But not everyone gets it. It says, there's some people that just don't take it. I find this a little suspicious, kind of like when you go to a website and it says your computer or your phone has a virus. Please run this scan to remove the virus, but that in itself is a virus. I just kind of find this highly suspect. I don't know if I would have allowed them to do that to my server. I think there's a lot more going on than what's in this article. I think you need to read between the lines. Mr. K ends the article down here with a very interesting quote. It says the Cardoso Group had used their server to pilfer a law firm's due diligence on an impending acquisition, and a financial services firm's confidential trading plans, a mobile payment startup proprietary source code, blueprints, and loan applications at a mortgage company. Now, that is just what Area 1 executives showed them that they had learned from watching their computer. The Cardoso Group used their server to get this information. They didn't stop them from getting this information, okay? But look what his reaction was, Mr. Kate, the owner of this business. Hearing that, Mr. Kate expressed pride and maybe even a hint of schadenfreude? I'm not sure how you say that word. For years, the welding business that is his family's bread and butter has been migrating to China. Now his family is helping American businesses fight back. We want to do the right thing for these businesses, Mr. Kate said, for our country. Very patriotic, right? Okay. I'm going to tell you something. If my information, my mortgage information, my blueprints, my lawyer, confidential information, any of this right here was compromised by this group, and they knew and they saw and they were watching and they did nothing to stop it, I would be just a little bit upset. That's just my take. I hope, I really hope that my mortgage information was not some of the ones that was compromised. Anyway, that's my take. I want to thank you for watching my video. Have a good weekend. God bless. I'm going to tell you, folks, if you're not saved, if you're not a Christian, if you haven't accepted Christ as your Savior, you need to. There's going to be some hard times coming. Hope you guys have a blessed weekend. Thank you and God bless.